The assault on USAID, an agency instrumental in providing aid and fostering civil society development across the former Soviet bloc during the 1990s, is escalating, fueled by the region's increasingly autocratic governments. Right-wing and authoritarian regimes are aggressively targeting USAID, demanding extensive data on grant recipients, even reaching out to Elon Musk for information, and employing intimidation tactics, including threats of investigations and imprisonment against employees and grantees. For years, USAID's support for pro-democracy movements and civil society organizations has been a contentious issue for these governments. However, a significant shift has occurred. For the first time, these leaders perceive an unexpected ally in Washington, a willingness to endorse a crackdown on USAID and its beneficiaries, labeling them as criminals. In Georgia, a disconcerting case alleging foreign interference designed to undermine national security has been initiated by the conservative, pro-government United Neutral Georgia Party. This party accuses the opposition of operating a Western spy network. This action follows Prime Minister Irakli Kobekhid's accusations against the U.S. Embassy, USAID, and other U.S.-backed organizations, claiming they are acting in a coordinated manner against the Georgian people and the Georgian state. The situation extends beyond Georgia. In Slovakia, Prime Minister Robert Fico directly appealed to Elon Musk, requesting information on non-governmental organizations, the media, and individual journalists. Fico explicitly accused USAID of using its financial resources for political manipulation, claiming it distorted the political system to favor specific parties. The intensity of the attacks is further exemplified by the actions of Vyacheslav Volodin, the State Duma speaker in Russia. Volodin advocated for a comprehensive list of USAID grant recipients, demanding their public confession and repentance on Red Square. He explicitly stated that if USAID is deemed an enemy organization, a list of recipients should be provided, suggesting a potential collaboration with the FSB, Russia's main security service, to pursue these individuals. The news website Agentstvo ironically pointed out that this list would include members of the ruling United Russia Party and the current Minister of Defense. Authoritarian leaders globally have welcomed the perceived weakening of USAID, an organization they've long criticized as a tool of American political interference. The irony is particularly sharp in the former Soviet bloc, the very region whose influence USAID was created to counter in 1961, expanding significantly in the 1990s to provide humanitarian assistance and bolster civil society. The Georgian Dream government, increasingly authoritarian in its approach, plans to introduce legislation defining standards of media objectivity and ethics, effectively aiming to ban all foreign funding for media outlets. This coordinated assault represents a grave threat to democratic institutions and civil society within the former Soviet bloc. The targeting of USAID, coupled with the threats and investigations, constitutes a significant rollback of democratic progress achieved over decades, fueled by a confluence of authoritarian ambitions and a perceived shift in international support. The implications are far-reaching and deeply concerning for the future of democracy and human rights in the region. The potential for further repression and the silencing of dissenting voices are substantial, highlighting the urgency of the situation and the need for international attention and action. The silencing of independent voices, the erosion of democratic institutions, and the chilling effect on civil society are all direct consequences of this concerted attack. The future of democratic progress in the region hinges on a robust response to these escalating threats. The implications reach far beyond the immediate targets, impacting the broader international landscape and the global fight for human rights and democracy. The international community must be vigilant in monitoring these developments and actively working to support those organizations and individuals under attack. The implications of inaction are severe, potentially leading to a significant erosion of democratic values and the further consolidation of authoritarian power. The coordinated nature of the attacks suggests a deliberate strategy to suppress dissent and solidify autocratic control, raising significant concerns about the future trajectory of the region. The scale and scope of these actions demand a strong and united international response to protect civil society and uphold democratic principles. The future of democratic progress and human rights in the region hangs in the balance.